Jeremy here from Left Brain Logic. Today I want to walk through our credit card import tool that allows you to import credit card transactions from Excel directly into QuickBooks Desktop. This way, if you have a large number of credit card transactions each month, you can download a CSV file or some other source for those credit card transactions, paste them directly into this Excel tool, manipulate them there if needed, and then with a click of a button you can push those transactions from Excel directly into QuickBooks Desktop. Let's get looking at this tool. First, I just want to show you what it looks like to post transactions to QuickBooks, and then we can talk about the details of the different fields and how to use the tool. So I have here about 20 transactions that I'm going to post to QuickBooks. You'll notice all of these transactions have dates in August. If we jump over to QuickBooks, you'll notice nothing. So I have open the register for the credit card that we're going to be posting to, and you'll notice nothing is in August. So we'll be able to see those transactions pop up in here as soon as they're posted. Just know I just have open the sample Rock Castle Construction Company to test with. So if I go back to my tool, once you have everything in the spreadsheet, to post to QuickBooks, all you have to do is hit Post Transactions. It's going to reach out to QuickBooks and go through each of these transactions and post them one at a time. So you'll see it's done. These 20 transactions or so have been posted to QuickBooks. If I jump back over to QuickBooks, you'll notice that now I have these transactions in August in here. If I double click on any of them, you can see the details of those transactions that were posted. So that's what it looks like to post to QuickBooks. Let's talk a little bit about the details of how this tool works. So first of all, before I dig into the transactions sheet, I want to jump over to the table sheet real quick. This table sheet has 5 tables here that hold information from QuickBooks and helps us make sure that as we're completing this table, we have valid information. So for instance, this is the list of accounts in QuickBooks. Part of that, I need to know what credit card accounts you can select from. So I've specifically made a list of the credit card accounts separate from the regular accounts. We also have a list of vendors and customers and the classes that we can pick from. These tables can be updated at any time just by clicking Update Tables. What happens when you click Update Tables is it will reach out to QuickBooks, grab the information for all these lists, and populate these tables from QuickBooks. So you can do that as many times as you want. It will reach out, grab those, update those, and let you know that that process is complete. By the way, if you're working with multiple company files in QuickBooks Desktop, you can actually connect to a different company, run update tables again, and then it will update all these tables based on that new company's chart of accounts and vendors and customers. So that way you can use this tool with multiple companies pretty easily as you bounce back and forth between those companies. You could also save multiple copies of this Excel worksheet or workbook and just use one for each company and just maintain these list of tables from that company. But for instance, if you find out you need a new account number, you can go over to QuickBooks, add that account number, click Update Tables, and it will reach out, grab that one, add it to the list, and you'll be good to go. So just know that this is where those tables live that help us make sure that we have valid information in these fields. Okay, so let's talk about the transactions table, which is where the heart of this tool lives. There are 3 different sections to the transactions spreadsheet. You've got the charge header, you've got the expense lines, and then you have the QuickBooks status. The charge header corresponds with, if I jump back over to QuickBooks, this top section of a credit card charge. So it has the credit card that we're going to be posting to, and then it has the, so if you use a vendor name, you could put it in there, the date, the reference number, amount, and memo. All of those fields are also available in the tool. So you've got the credit card that you select, then you've got the date, vendor, reference number, and memo. Of all of those fields, the only two that are required are credit card. You must select which account you want to post it to, and date. Other than that, these other accounts are optional. You can leave those blank. On the expense line section, these accounts or these columns correspond with the columns available in the expense section of the credit card charge. So if you account, amount, memo, customer, job, whether or not that is billed, and then class. So all those are available here as well. The only two that are required are account and amount. Now you'll notice that even though in QuickBooks there is an amount field in this top section, I do not have an amount field in this section because it's actually easy enough just to add up the lines that belong to that charge header and post that total amount. You'll also notice that this particular charge, there's these blanks here below it. That's because the system, when it's posting, if these fields are blank, the system knows that this line belongs to the last one, the last header that is not blank. Hopefully that makes sense. So in this case, for this header, these 4 lines are going to be posted together. And as it posts, it also puts these 3 carets in that line, indicating that those lines actually belong with this charge header. Then the last section is the QuickBooks status. As you're posting to QuickBooks, QuickBooks will respond back saying either it's okay, everything posted all right, or it will let you know that there is an error, there is something wrong with it. In this case, everything came back status okay. If there was some problem with that post, in fact, so let's say we left an account blank, and we tried to post this again, you'll notice I get back an error saying there's an invalid reference to account number blank in the credit card charge. But as soon as I put that back, if I posted that again, this time I'll get back status okay. So one thing you probably noticed here is when it says status okay in any of these headers, if you hit post transactions again, it's not going to try and post those. It just skips over them and moves on. But if there's an error or if it's blank, it will try to post that line. So if you wanted to post just one line of this transaction, you could just delete the status out of that line and hit post transactions, and it will post that one again and give you your status back. The other thing that I want to point out is in any of these fields where we have to have specific information for it to post, there is a data validation setup. So you can hit the drop down and select from the list to make sure that you're putting in valid information. So like for the credit card information, we need to make sure that matches exactly with the account name in QuickBooks. Same with the account. There's a list of all of the accounts in here that we can select from. Now, Excel's implementation of this drop-down list is rather hard to use. You can't start typing any name and have it autofill it. So in any of those fields that have that list function, I've actually integrated a lookup. So if you press F5 while you're in one of these fields, so for instance, right now I have this postage field selected. If I press F5 on my keyboard, it will give me an account lookup field and I can start searching for postage. It will let me autocomplete, give you the list of things that match. I can select it and say insert. So that works on the account. It will work on class. It will also work on credit cards, although this only has 2, but if you happen to have a company that has a long list, you could search for it there. Customer job is the same way. That's one that comes in handy quite a bit. So you can use that search tool to track down the QuickBooks name for any of the accounts that you're looking for. So that's our credit card import tool. Just know that this tool was designed with kind of the most common features and functions built into it. But if you find yourself in need of a more unique solution, feel free to reach out to me on our website at leftbrainlogic.com.